Hello everyone, today we're going to be changing the oil on a Yamaha V-Star 2003. It's a classic, and let's get to it. First thing you want to locate is where your oil plug is. It should be right around here. So, just for safety, I do put that there just in case the motorcycle doesn't come on me. And just because of the angle, I do put it on a small piece of 2x4. And just for safety, I do put a couple of 2x4s back here just to keep the motorcycle from falling on me. So let's do it. Alright. This is what I'm going to be using for a pan. I do have an oil pan, but it just doesn't fit. So I'll just go ahead and do it with this, and as this fills up, then I switch it to the oil pan. And I'm going to use a 17. As you can see, I have a really long extension on there just because it's really hard to get to. And let's try to, once it's loosened enough, you should be able to do it by hand. I'm going to stick my hand in there and I should let it drain. There we go. Now it's draining. You can see it in there. That is very, very dark. I definitely need an oil change. Alrighty then. Now we are going to move on to changing the oil filter. So let's see. First we got to remove the small cap. The one that you used prior most likely will not work. You're gonna have to remove this one as well. It's too small. Look for the one that actually fits. We got the Allen wrench in this one. Now I might not be able to do it like this here, or I can. Let's see. Okay, release one. Here we go. Then gently, you should be able to take this out without so much effort. There we go. See if you might have to change the oil ring. So if you do, go ahead and change it. Some filters, when you buy them, they do bring it. Some of them don't, so watch out for that. But it's always good to change it from every time you do an oil change. We're going to set this aside for a little bit. And we're going to take the old oil filter out. It's really nasty. You might notice that there's two positions. So make sure you don't put it backwards. If you put it like this, you're going to be putting it wrong. You're going to make a mess, and it's not going to work. I'll go ahead and I'll throw this in the oil pan, since it will be garbage. I use fast food napkins to clean up a little bit. I'll clean up a lot better later word. Not right now. But you might notice that there is actually a lot of old oil in there. So go ahead and just, like I said, I use the fast food napkins and I just put it in there so I can soak it all up and try to clean it as best as possible. Remember, you want to try to get all of that old oil out as best as you can. Here's the new one, nice and clean. You can compare it to the old one. Big difference. Really, really big difference. Put that back in there. And go ahead and put the new one back in. More oil. So I have to place this back in here. Specific way to put this. Okay. Don't forget that this goes in a specific order. Okay. Put this piece back in. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to proceed to the air filter, which is right here. It's located right here. Should be quicker and easier. Once again, you're going to look for the correct size of Allen key. Okay. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to replace the old filter. All we have to do, the air filter, all we have to do is just take the old one out. Simple as that. We grab the new one. I already got it a little bit dirty. And you're going to notice that there's like a little groove here. You got to make sure it matches with the little pin that's down here. So make sure you put that there, that, and try to make sure this little lip right here fits with that. Once it's in, be sure it's all the way in, it's perfect. And then just go ahead and put the cap back on. There's really not much to it. I'm getting a lot of text messages right now. Okay, now that we got this in here, tight in there, not too tight, but just enough to make sure that doesn't fall off. Okay, that one's ready. And that's how you change the air filter.